Having the playoff experience you had in the past and applying that now, does this team have the kind of leadership that I guess my question is going to be more about Baker, to be honest with you. Does it have the kind of leadership from the quarterback position that a playoff style team needs?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think Baker's been the leader of our team all year, and we've found some success this year. You never have, playoff experience until you get it. It's a tough thing to get at this level, but Baker has plenty of success winning. As he's come up playing football at all levels. So I'm not worried about that at all for Baker. And I think as a team, we have plenty of guys with that experience, and also, capable leaders who don't have that experience yet, but know how to win and know how to play at a high level.
He seems like the kind of guy who's not going to change personalities, but within who he is, have you seen him kind of mature and grow in the sense of team leadership, or has he been okay on that front from the get?
I think Baker's been a team leader, from early on when he first got here. He's, like we talked about when he first got drafted, he has a magnetic personality. Guys want to be around him, guys want to follow him. So that's something I think has always been a strength of his. And like you said, he's not going to change who he is, as he shouldn't. He should keep being who he is, and be comfortable in his own skin. And I think that's working for him.
Thank you, Steve. Daryl Ryder has our next question.
Hey, JC, when you guys scored 38 points in the first half like you did, and that ended up being a franchise record, so I know you hadn't done that here with the Browns, but just what's it like being in the middle of that, where it's just basically what you want you guys can have on the field?
Yeah, it's obviously a great feeling. It just, you get the ball rolling and you have a lot of positive momentum. We have a couple of big plays. Defense sets us up with a short field. So things are just, moving for us, and everything's kind of working. So it's always a great feeling. You get the long pass play for a touchdown. Those are always nice. You have, you jog onto the field, jog off the field with 7 points in your pocket, which is always nice.
And then I want to ask you a big picture question. You kind of came in when they were trying to put this thing back together here in Cleveland, and here you are at 9-3. First part, do you guys feel like you made a statement or answered any type of critics with yesterday's win? And then also, just how much fun are you guys having as a team with the success that you're having and playing under the type of circumstances that you're playing under?
I'll take the second one first. Winning's a lot more fun than losing, so we're definitely having more fun. But I don't think anything's centered around silencing critics or proving critics wrong. The outside opinions don't matter, positive or negative. If someone wants to come and tell us we're the best team in the world, it doesn't mean anything when you get between the white lines. If someone wants to tell us that we're terrible and we're not going to beat anybody, again, it's not going to matter once you get on the field. So none of that stuff matters. It's not I wouldn't say it's top of the card of motivations for us. I don't think we should really be paying attention to it, whether people are singing our praises or telling us how bad we are. It just doesn't matter.
Thank you, Daryl. Jeff Shadell is next.
So JC, just along that line, what is the biggest difference between your team last year and the way you guys are playing now?
I mean, I think we're running the ball really well. I think the defense is playing well, taking the ball away. I think that's one of the main stats of winning teams is that turnover differential. The offense is protecting the football and the defense is taking the ball away. When you have that formula, it helps things. It gives you more opportunities to put points on the board and to win football games. I just think we're all playing really well. I give a lot of credit to Kevin as well for coming in and kind of shaping us into the way he wants us to play and compete, and making sure we have the right mentality every day. If it's a day of practice, if it's an off day, if it's the day of the game, making sure we understand what's important that day. So I give a lot of credit to him as well.
Yeah, so along that line, that's kind of what I'm aiming for. Is he the biggest reason for, obviously running the ball is important, taking away it's important. So is Kevin the biggest reason for this change in culture and everything?
Well, I think the culture, starts with the head coach, and then it's up to the players to live up to that culture. So every coach has to come in and kind of lay out what they want and what they expect, and then hold the team accountable. And then it's the job of the players to keep their level to that standard. So I think it starts with Kevin. It starts with, who he is as a person, as a coach, as a leader. And then it falls to the players to make sure we represent that on a daily basis.
Thank you, Jeff. We'll go to Nate Ulrich.
Hey, JC, the line just seems to have been playing at such a high level for, the entire season, really, the vast majority of it, at least. Could you have expected you guys to kind of come together with, 2 new tackles and in a short offseason the way you have? Or have you guys, exceeded your own expectations as a unit?
I don't think we've exceeded our expectations. I think we've got, we bring in Jack and Jed. Jack is playing at the level that we expect, bringing in a guy of his caliber. Jed is, hasn't even started to scratch the surface of where he can be as he continues to progress in this league. So those two help in the outside, and then the interior 3 have done well. I give a lot of credit to Joel, who continues just to go out every day, every game, and play at a high level, as consistent as anybody in this league. So I don't think we've exceeded our expectations. I think we always have really high expectations for what we're capable of and what we can do. And I think we've done a really good job, but I still think there's room to grow in our group, and we can always be better.
And as you guys are looking back at yesterday, is everybody in the O-line room jealous of Kendall Lamb, or how's that going?
We were all just so happy for him. That's something you can never take away from a guy. It's something you can tell his kids and his grandkids. That's just awesome. Scoring an NFL touchdown, you join a really elite class. Not many people are able to say that. So we've known, that play and other plays have been in the past where he's gone out on routes, and we've always hoped as an offensive line is we'll get a big man touchdown. So we were really excited when we saw the ball floating his way.
Thank you, Nate. Tony Grossi, you're up.
Hey, not to bring up this COVID subject, but JC, at various points this season, you've expressed confidence in getting to the finish line as a league. And 4 games to go, is your confidence level any different from any point in the season? Do you think they can get there from here?
Yeah, I think like it's been from the get-go. It all comes down to following the protocols and doing the right thing. I wouldn't use the word confidence. I think if we follow the protocols and everybody does the right thing, I think we'll get there. And it's something that has to be top of mind every single day. You can't forget about it or take it less serious as we get closer to the finish line. So I think we're getting there, and I think we've done a really good job of getting to where we're at now. If you look where we started in the summer, where the country was locked down and people weren't sure if it was even possible to have a season, to getting to through 12 games, it's impressive, and there's still a lot of work to do to get through the rest of the season and the playoffs. But that's been our goal from the get-go: is starting a season, following through, and then getting to the Super Bowl.
There's been some reports or conversations about the prospect of postseason bubbles, either locally per team or regionally or conference-wise. Where do you come out on that? And are you in active discussions while you're being a player on those kinds of things?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still, the president, and still have to be involved in the conversations. Those conversations really haven't happened between the two sides at this point. I think that's a lot more, the public talking about what they think should happen or what they think would be good. But that really hasn't come across between the two sides to discuss at this point.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Tony. Marla Ridenour, you have our next question.
Yeah, JC, one quick thing before I forget. I looked at Kendall Lamb's Appalachian State bio, and I couldn't find him hardly catching a pass, much less scoring. Do you know if I know that's like his second NFL catch. I mean, did he say anything about, wow, I can't believe, this? Just his reaction,
I think he's He plays it cool. He plays it cool, but I know as anybody in that position would be, just really excited and really happy. Again, he gets to keep the ball. Again, we're all so happy for him. That's just a great memory he'll have, and we'll all have of being part of it.
And when Baker is so hot like he was in the first half, I mean, do you almost wish you were sitting at home watching it? I mean, or do you even have a sense of what he's doing? How that momentum was just incredible.
Yeah, I know Baker played really well yesterday. We feel it. We feel the momentum. We feel the moving the ball up and down the field. So that's always great. But that's what we expect of Baker day in and day out is playing at a high level, and he continues to do that for us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marla. Mary Kay is next.
Yeah, JC, can you just talk about the way that those guys came back in the second half of that game, outscored, I think 28-3. And is it pretty easy to stay humble and keep focused on the fact that you need to keep getting better when something like that happens in the second half of a game and it gets too close?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's becoming not humble. I think we understand every week we have to go out there and compete and play. I honestly think it's kind of a common occurrence. I think there's a lot more games that go on like that, where a team gets up to a big lead in the first half and it gets closer in the second half, much more than something like the Patriots game this week, where a big lead and they just kept it and kept on rolling. I think most of the time you see the team slowly come back and chip away as the second half goes on. But it's something that we can always grow from, and you don't want to see it. But the other side is prideful and is going to keep competing to the last second. So they're going to keep fighting and keep clawing back. So something we don't want to see happen all the time. But again, you come out of there with a win, and I'll always take a 31-point lead at half, whether it gets close and late in the game. I'll be fine with that. But we played really well in the first half, and we'll work on continuing that momentum in the second half.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mary Kay. We'll go to Scott Petrick. This will be our last question for JC.
Hey, JC, I got a quick one about the line and then one about Baker. For the O-line, I mean, how fun was that film to watch from yesterday? It really looked like Baker was not pressured pretty much all game long.
Yeah, I thought we protected really well. That's something we continue to work on, continue to try to keep Baker clean and give him a chance to go through his reads and make all the throws. I think we did a really good job of that. I think we had a good plan going into the week of how we wanted to handle the blitzes. They did a really good job of disguising. So I think we did a really good job of picking everything up and giving Baker as much time as possible.
And then Baker talked after the game yesterday about him and Kevin being on the same page. How have you seen that kind of develop through the season, and how important for the play caller / coach and quarterback to kind of be in lockstep?
Well, I think it's, I think they have a really good relationship. I think they get along, they understand each other. And that's always important. It's always important for everybody in the building to be on the same page and have good working relationships and understanding each other. But that's extremely important for the quarterback and the play caller for the success of the team is, making sure Baker likes the plays that are going in and understands them through and through and make sure, Kevin knows what Baker likes and Baker knows what plays are going to be coming in, and that communication that, making sure it's always moving and flowing back and forth. But they have a great relationship. So it's something that's always helped us.